Hey, what's up, guys? This video is more directed to single guys out there, but maybe even married or somebody with a partner could still benefit from watching this video, because it revolves around the 3 traits that I would call being like a desirable man. The 3 traits that all desirable men have. Ones that women are looking for, in other words. And I call it the 3 M's because it's just easier to remember that way, and it makes sense. So I'll go with the first one, and these are all pretty common sense, but you can get a little bit deeper, more philosophical in each one of these. So the first M is masculinity, and that's what women look for in guys. Without masculinity, they quickly lose respect for you. And what does it mean to be masculine? Masculine is a form of like directness, strength, security, confidence, but as well other traits, and it as well is like your style. Style being the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. Even like things like the way you manicure yourself, like your hair and everything. Like there's a masculine way to present yourself, and that's like one of the first things a girl notices. That is like one of the first things that a girl initiates some level of attraction, and they know it within the first 2 seconds. They know it as soon as you walk in the room, whether you're an attractive guy or not. And part of that has to do with your masculinity. You're on a behavioral level, but as well style. Like some examples of masculine style might be like more of like a country or rustic / like lumberjack kind of style. I know it sounds, I don't know, some girls are into that one, okay? Some girls are into more of the suit and like nicely dressed, and some might be into like other type of like sportier looks, but all very masculine looks, okay? That's key. The other thing is masculine guys direct the women. We are the leaders. You know, when there's the dancing, you know, like Spanish dancing, the men lead the women in the dance. And it goes in other aspects of life as well. I'll give you one example that happened to me last week, which is like women kind of tend to be a little bit more indecisive. So it takes us to go and like be like making decisions, right? And it's not like you always have to be, I don't know, what do you want to eat tonight, honey? I don't know, what do you want to eat? I don't know. You make the decision, because then that puts the pressure on them, and that's kind of a rude thing to do, to be honest, a lot of the time. And girls don't appreciate that. Women don't appreciate it. Women want a guy who makes decisions. So again, an example that happened to me the other week was we were at a pizza place, and there's all these different types of pizzas, right? And we're looking through, and I was like, how about this one? This one sounds really good. And she's like, okay. She's like, I don't know, maybe this one, or maybe this one, or maybe this one. I'm like, yeah, those all look good, but let's go over for this one. She's like, okay. So that's just an example of me just like pulling the trigger, making a decision. Okay, that's great. No, but we want this one. And that's not to say that you don't listen to her, or like, you know, maybe making a decision based on her advice at all. Like, that's fine to do. But when there's a level of indecisiveness or indecision, then you just come in with the decision. And it goes, for example, like picking the place for dinner. Like, you pick the place, you make the date, you make the decisions, right? That's the important thing. That's what being masculine is. And the other thing is that you want to be able to potentially be secure, a level of security where, like, if anyone tries to fuck you and your wife up, that you're the type of guy that would take care of that as well. Like, you could be a dangerous guy if you really wanted to, and that is key as well. No, but I think girls don't see themselves with somebody who's like a pansy ass motherfucker. Just being real. A lot of them don't. Second M, money. Money is important, but it goes in a little bit more in depth than just finance. Obviously, finance is good, but it goes again into security. and it goes into value. Like you want to project yourself as a valuable person, because that's all money is in the end. It's just value. Now, obviously, there's financial security, and people might think, oh, money's not the most important thing. Yeah, I get that, but it certainly helps. It certainly allows for some type of freedom in life, and that's what women want. And women want a guy who makes more money than them. They might not admit to it, but that's the truth. And trust me, guys, I don't even think you want to be with a girl who makes more money than you, and then she'd be making the financial decisions and things. I don't think that would be a good situation to be in, to be honest. Not to say it couldn't work in some extreme example. Maybe if you want a sugar mama or something, I don't know. But ideally, that is not an ideal situation. We guys should be making more money, and then we can do things like buy gifts and pamper girls. Like I know my current girlfriend, she tells me all the time how much she loves that I like pamper her and spoil her on certain things. Like she loves that. She appreciates that. She thinks that's like me showing love to her, which it is. So yeah, finance is good. It allows you to do more things, and allows you to live in a nice house, and and the house is like where you live is key, right? You don't live in a dump, shit like that. You drive a nice car, you present yourself. It's all again about presenting yourself well. That is key. I really don't think I need to go too much in money here and lecture you guys about making money, but having a nice job is a good thing too, because that shows that you're a person of some type of status, and that's something that she could brag to her girlfriends about and family about, tell her mom about, that type of thing. Oh, he's this, he's that. Oh my God, like she can kind of brag about that, and they like to do that when they're with. I don't know if you know, but like when all the girls get together, they talk about shit like that. You know what I mean? How they like to brag about their guys and tell their girls how good their guy is, right? If they can't see themselves doing that, then they won't see themselves with you anymore. I guarantee, like pretty much, just to be straight about that. The last M, there's 3 of them, is muscularity. Muscular guy. Now, you don't have to be like a fucking super jacked guy, but you should be healthy. You should be not a fat slob. Not to say, if you are fat, whatever, like that's fine, but you should try to take care of yourself better. Go to the gym. Take up things like I'm going to tonight, right now, boxing. You'll sweat it out. Go to CrossFit. Go for jogs. You know what I mean? Do something. Just improve yourself. But muscularity, girls like that because it's like you're eye-catching, and the initial attraction will be there. Guys who are muscular built to some degree have a way better chance of picking up a chick or getting a girlfriend just on the looks alone. Like, you don't have to make up for it in other ways. I know that sounds shallow, but it's true. Muscular build will help a lot. And if you're already with somebody, like if you have a wife of 20 years and you start getting fat, you know what I mean, and unhealthy looking, you should probably, if you want your girl, if she's reasonably good looking, to stay with you and not be sucking the mailman's dick or something like that, right? So that's what I recommend for being muscular. And then muscular goes to the fact that you're kind of intimidating, and like, girls like that level of security where if you get jumped on the street, or somebody breaks in your house, or somebody tries to fuck with you, that you could probably wreck them pretty easily. But there's a very instinctual thing there with looking good, and it goes the other way, like us with women. A chick with nice tits and a nice ass with a nice slim waist, right? She's a head turner. Well, girls are a little bit more subtle when they check guys out, but trust me, they check out guys a lot, and I catch all the time, me. And this is something that, if you're especially older, steroids, to take in testosterone, TRT, HGH, can help with. on top of your eating well, obviously, and exercising a lot, because as we get older, it becomes a little bit more difficult to put on size and strength and muscles. And yeah, and then just to get, because this page is all about steroids, right? Well, a lot of it is. The masculinity comes with testosterone as well, and the muscularity does as well, right? So that's kind of wanted to sum up with the 3 M's of what is a desirable man. Is there anything else you can think of that I missed? I think that those 3 are like the 3 pillars. You know, you need at least 3 kind of pillars to hold up a stool. You know, you can't just have 2 or it'll fall over, right? So you have that secure base. If you get that base down where you have a decent job, decent money, decent build, and you project yourself as a masculine guy, you're way ahead of the game. You're way ahead of like 70% of guys, at least 80%. These are all things that, to be honest, in my younger years, in my 20s, I lacked all of those, and I was really bad with women. I was kind of insecure, shy guy, right? I was probably the one who wouldn't be making decisions for, you know, in the relationship. I would let girls probably walk all over me. I wasn't making money. I was poor as fuck, right? I wasn't able to do things with women. It just looked pathetic as a result. I didn't have a good job or making money, and I was not particularly a good muscular build. Not to say I wasn't unhealthy or wasn't athletic at all, but I just wasn't, I didn't have a build on me. So in my 30s, I'm 40 now, I became more and more successful in my job, and now today I made, in 1 hour, I made $175, and in subsequent hours I was making hundreds of dollars more. So like, I'm making good money now. You know, I got the muscular build, and I project myself, I believe now, in a much more masculine way. And I guess the last M is just maturity. That's the key one that just came to me right now, but that's really key. Be a mature person, right? And that, with maturity comes wisdom and good behavior all around. So I'll leave it there. What do you guys think? Leave in the comments below what you think about this video. If there's anything else you add or I missed in each section or any other thing, let me know, okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.